Ahoy! This is Zdenka. Look what I've got! Even though I was the world's slowest figure skater, I still managed to get this, and this is quite important in today's episode because in today's episode I have a whole bunch of tips and tricks for better smartphone photography. And by the way, a lot of those tips and tricks apply to any camera. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Zdenka Darula. If you want to learn how to take better photos and videos with the latest gear and possibly participate in creative camera challenges, stick around and consider subscribing. I decided to take a photo of this medal because it took many hours of practice to actually earn it, to get it. And it does deserve a better shot than this one. This one is not even a shot, I can't even call it a shot. Let's just call it the accidental snap. Let's start with what we need. Styling the shot will make a huge difference instead of just placing the medal somewhere on a table. Whenever I grab an object, I study the colors and textures. So here I see obviously it's black, red and silver. Because it's silver, it's going to reflect light, and it is quite busy. Sure, I could take a photo of it just on a plain black background, but it's just gonna be a medal on a plain black background, and I want it to be very rich. I want it to be over the top. So I ran into the dollar store and I picked up a few items. I got this red bag, which will reflect a lot of light and I can use it as a background. Then I have my skates here, which I didn't actually buy in a dollar store. I have some crystals here, which I found in the kids' room. I'll return them before they are back from school. Is this a school bus? Just kidding. I'm planning two options. One option is that I'm gonna actually shoot it on the red background. And then I also bought this hard paper and glued this silver decorative rhinestone mesh on it, so I could use it as this metallic background. This is gonna be highly reflective. I was actually thinking about using my dress as a background as well, but the colors are completely different, so it's a no-go. Well, let's go ahead and start with the natural light option. So the setup is ready. I cut the bag in half, turn it the other way and using it as a background. I just placed it on a table. The medal is hanging down as close to the bottom part as possible because I see reflection, and I just spread some gems around. I'm not using skates here because they are white and I simply don't like them in a shot. I might use it for the second option, and the whole thing is placed as close to the window as possible because it is bright and sunny outside. Once I turn the blinds the other way, it's gonna get very bright. Let's grab the phone and obviously make sure the lens is clean. Right now the aspect ratio on my phone is set to full screen, so the photos are very noodle looking, like very long. I'm gonna change that to ratio 3:4. And naturally most of the people would be taking a shot just standing, kind of pointing with the phone down. No, we need to get to the level of the medal, so we need to go down. And if you don't want to bend, you can use a chair or something like that. If your smartphone has only one lens, that's obviously what you are going to use. My smartphone has three lenses, wide, standard and telephoto, and since I have the option to use telephoto, I will, because telephoto will separate the background and the object more. It will give me more of a bokeh in the background, a little bit more blur image. I'm going to get very close to the medal, and I wanted to make sure that the medal is the main focus of the image, so it's gonna be in the center. I want to have the image very symmetrical, so I'm gonna have the same space on the left and right and a little bit on the top and bottom. Again, I wanna make sure that the medal is also reflected in the bottom. Once I'm ready to take the shot, I will tap with my finger on the medal to make sure that the medal is nicely in the focus. I don't want to tap anywhere else because then it would be blurry. And then I have to adjust the brightness. I'm finding that my phone is taking a little bit more brighter images that I want to, so I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, and then I'm ready to take the shot. I'm going to take a few more photos, just adjust the gems around a little bit, move it around to get more variations. And once I'm done, I'm gonna edit the final photo in a Snapseed, but I'm gonna show it to you in a few minutes once I will shoot the second option in a studio. And set number 2 is ready. This time the silver background. I have the skates in, I have metal hanging down. I'm gonna be lighting it with different colors. I have 2 of my favorites here. I did a review on both. I will link it in the video description below. It's actually WeLight RB08P LED light and Polkadot Falcon Eyes F7. Those are very useful for anything. And on top of that, I'm gonna be using just a regular flashlight because I want to lit just a part of the metal. I want it to shine to the lens. Now, when it comes to lights, there's no rules really. I always say there are no rules. When you feel the light is too strong, move it back. When it's not strong enough, move it to the front, change different colors, move it around, see what works. Don't be afraid to move the lights around. Always kind of play until you find the final result which you will like. First set is ready to be shot, and if you noticed, I turned the phone upside down the whole time because I need the lens to get as close to the possible to the ground. And right now I have the setting on standard lens. I'm going to switch that to telephoto lens because, just like I explained, I need to get a little bit more depth of field. And I'm tapping on the metal to make sure it is nicely in focus. And again, I see that the phone is taking it a little bit brighter than I want to. So I am decreasing the brightness. I'm moving it a little bit down. As I want the photo to be very symmetrical, I need to move the blades a little bit in because I want them to almost touch the metal. And again, decrease the brightness quite a bit and take the shot. To make it look a little bit different, I changed the color of the background. Not the background, but the lights. Both lights are set to blue color, and it's creating very nice contrast with the red color. Once I import photo to Snapseed, I usually try to go to last edits if it fits, and then I try a few different styles. If I don't like them, I just go back to current. And I start with regular adjustments, so I usually go to brightness, then saturation, contrast, and if I still feel like I need to do changes with brightness, I go back to it. The same thing applies to saturation. If I feel that it's not right, I go back. Then I adjust ambience. Highlights. Shadows and warmth. What I like about this app that you just very easily slide to the right and left. That's how you're increasing and decreasing all those little adjustments. Next, I look at details and structure. And I see that I need to still adjust the brightness, so I return to it. Next, I'm going to look at temperature, and I see that these are a little bit too warm tones for me, so I'm gonna cool it off a little bit to the blues. Next section, which is quite interesting, is also perspective. You can kind of turn the image a little bit, and I'm thinking of turning it a tiny bit to the side. One of my other favorite features is lens blur. Here you can pretty much make the background a little bit even blurrier. So I just select the metal, that's the center of the image, and with the help of transition, vignette and strength, I'll make it a little bit blurrier, whatever is surrounding the metal. One of the last steps would be vignette. I like to use it a little bit just because I want the metal to pop. I want it to be a little bit brighter and the edges a little bit more darker. That way the metal will pop. And then I go again back to lens blur and see if I can even increase it a bit more. And the very last step would be crop. I'm just gonna crop it tiny bit to get a little bit better framing. And that's it. This is the final image. So these were my final 2 images. I hope you liked them. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked today's video and subscribe to more. And if you have any questions, comments, or simply want to say hi, you can do so in a comment section below. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, ahoj.